teams stepping out into the field of play, led by the ball boys, and of course the match commissioner and the referees, as well as finally the teams. First is Austin. You can see him on your right there, leading Rivers United in red. And this game, well, it could very well point us to the destination of the NPFl Super 4 title. There is still one more game to come, of course. Rangers International, so many people's favorites for this game, and of course FC Fanyumabe. That will be for later. For right now, everyone here is waiting to see who takes 3 points here. Rivers United gets it, well, they will have to wait for Rangers against FC Fanyumabe, and even if Wikki Tourney get it, they will move to 7 points, and Rangers can only match that. Maybe they can beat that on the goals difference. So the teams, of course, should be getting accustomed to these days.
It's a somber period, especially in Nigeria as well as in Brazil, because there was this building collapse that also took a lot of lives. But we're up and running now.
Yeah, of course, up and running right here at the Cathedral of Football, the Nnamdi Azikiwe Stadium in Enugu. And it's Wikki Tourney who gets us going. They have proven themselves to be very adept at avoiding defeat. They played pretty well too, with the likes of Shama Tanze and Baturu Yaru running the show. The game hasn't settled into any discernible pattern yet. The two teams just filling each other out. They understand the importance of this game towards winning the title today. Of course, 3 points here. Well, that's a ball lost, and this guy came out with an opportunity. Beat the goalkeeper, that's the first goal. The euphoria matches for Rivers United after a horror show in the middle of defense for Wikki Tourney. Super start for United, and they celebrate.
Well, Wikki, man, he just took advantage of that absolutely horror show, and the defense, look at that, the ball came back. He thought he had all the time in the world. Unbelievably, Musa Abdullahi, well, I'm glad he couldn't get back at the man, or he probably would have hauled him down. He attempted to grab him and hold him there. He couldn't, and you must give credit to Wikki, man. Level-headed, he took his time. He just left the goalkeeper for dead, and look at it, rolled the ball into an empty net. It was a pitch of a goal that I think Abdullahi Musa must be wondering what to do with himself the rest of this game.
Abdullahi will take up all the remaining time. Free kick. Maybe the free kick will be the last action of this half, because we have gone past the allotted 3 minutes, and that is 3 points secured for Rivers United of Port Harcourt, who go top of the Super 4. Wikki Tourney are disappointed. They are the champions of the Super 4, and what a platform from which to attack Africa next year. And that is the moment they have been waiting for here. Festus Austin posing for the title with Shehu Diko, the league manager, company chairman, and there.
And that's the story for Rivers United. Tayo Cecilia, they failed to lift the NPFl trophy last season, and then they're starting this season by lifting the Super 4. Good motivation.
Yeah,
it's very dangerous.
Yeah,
because I mentioned Warri Wolves, Eibar, Nasarawa, Akwa United.
It's not about
all
getting better.
are not here.
You have to get better.
Yeah, I get what Cecilia is saying. It's just a pre-season, tournament, so you shouldn't read a lot into it. But you know what winning does to you. You know what it does to confidence, and they can actually approach the new season and knowing that they have what it takes, to go one step further than where they ended last year in second place. So for Rivers United, they bounced back really nice.
Yeah.
Remember, they lost the first game against Rangers, 2-0. To those two amazing
and after that, they won their last of the games.
Exactly. So they bounced back nicely to win the last two.
So just look
and that's why they're champions.
We can look at how they finished at the end of the day. You have Rivers United there after 3 matches, 6 points, losing their first game, and of course they went ahead to win their last 2 games. Rangers, who started so well, somehow after winning that first one, the other two happens to be a draw against Ifeanyi, which was a 1-1 draw, and also the one they played against Wikki Tourist. That game was tough for them, goalless, that ended. And of course, for Wikki Tourist, well, it was their first loss. The first game, won, the second one they draw, and of course the third one they had to lose it, and that's how they lost the title to Rivers United. Ifeanyi, I really don't know what happened to them in this tournament. Match day 1, they lost by 2-1, and match day 2, what happened to them? Well, it was also a loss to Rivers United, and match day 3, they managed to hold Rangers to a 1-1 draw, and that's the way it ended for them. And we're hearing the coach, the Japanese coach, is under pressure already. I mean, it's just preseason. How will he be under pressure? Come on. What kind of pressure? Like, how is it being judged? Based on...
Guys, there are a lot of things we can't know until it starts coming out. But coaches are hired to be fired, and you should know that when it comes, when a club, of course, what are you talking about? We know of coaches that after even signing that contract, they don't even get to play, and then they're out. It happened recently in Europe. It happened with the guy that went to take over at Lazio, and then he didn't even eventually get a start. What if anybody is trying to say to this coach is, we are spending so much money, we have where we're going. If we don't see that focus from the NPFl Super 4, what's the point? Okay, there's no point. Now move over. You talked about the minister, he's been talking every time. Austin, over to you. I know there's so much to talk about, and we've just started a conversation on Twitter and Facebook. We're assessing sports in Nigeria for 2016. I want you to be part of the conversation. Let's bring you into all of what we'll be doing this morning on the program. You can be part of the show on Twitter. We're channels_sports, Facebook channels IFA Sports. You can send us an email. It's sportsthismorning@channelstv.com. Assessing sports in Nigeria for 2016. We were at the Olympics. Did that get you talking? Were there lessons for the country? The Paralympics also, were there lessons? We're assessing sports this morning, and we will begin with wrestling. Wrestling got us talking from 2014, 2015, but in 2016, we're seeing a little bit of a decline. What's going on? What are we not doing right as a country? Talk to us. Twitter, channels_sports, Facebook channels, _sports. Solomon Dalong is the Minister for Youth and Sports in Nigeria. He has started by assessing sports in Nigeria. He says that the country is making remarkable progress. Do you agree? Let's listen to the Minister. When we'll come back, the President of the Nigeria Wrestling Federation will be joining us. Don't go anywhere. Stay.